Part 2, Chapter 1. Use positive thinking and mindset for directing positive behavior. Research has consistently pointed to the fact that positive thinking is more than being happy or displaying a characteristically cheerful attitude. Positive thinking can create real value and help you develop powerful life skills, which are much more than a smile or upbeat disposition. How does positive thinking influence our behavior? How can we harness the power of positive thinking to direct our behavior? What damage can negative thinking do to your actions? Read on to find out. Thoughts are the key. Thoughts are the key factor influencing your behavior. It affects everything from how you feel to how you behave. For example, you may start your day thinking you're going to perform miserably at the interview later in the day. This causes a feeling of nervousness and stress, which directly affects your interview performance. Your thoughts have led to the belief that you aren't very likely to perform well in the interview. This manifests in your actions when you do not speak clearly or display confidence or do not sell yourself convincingly. Your behavior only reinforces your thoughts on performing badly. The thought that you're not good enough gathers higher momentum. Yet you're more convinced about not being good enough, and the connection between your thoughts and behavior is strengthened. This premise is used to treat a variety of psychological issues, including anxiety, depression, and stress. It can be used in corporate settings for enhancing performance, boosting leadership skills, and increasing team spirit. The damaging impact of negative thinking and a fixed mindset. Imagine this scenario. You're walking through a dense forest and are suddenly accosted by a wild beast right in your path. Your brain registers an immediate negative reaction. In this instance, it is fear. Studies have long proven that negative feelings program the human brain to perform a particular action. For example, when the wild beast comes in your path, you flee. You're completely focused on the beast, the fear it invokes in you, and how it can be escaped. Negative emotions narrow down the focus of your thoughts. The brain cells ignore any alternatives such as climbing atop a tree, grabbing a stick, or playing dead. It simply concentrates on the problem or the beast staring at you in the eye. This is exactly what negative thinking does to us in the real world. It programs our brain to react to negative emotions in a limiting manner by shutting out positive alternatives. For instance, rage and other emotions can consume you to such an extent that you cannot think rationally beyond it. Similarly, when you have a lot of things to do, you get into a paralytic mode where you do not know where to begin. How do you feel when you do not exercise or eat healthily? You feel miserable about not having sufficient willpower, which only directs your behavior in the direction of laziness, creating more of the same behavior. Thus, thoughts create and influence our actions. We do what we think and ultimately become what dominates our thoughts. How positive thinking impacts positive actions. Real positive thinking is not a few hours of feeling good. The greatest advantage of positive thinking is that it helps you build skills and resources for life. Barbara Fredrickson, a positive psychology researcher at the University of North Carolina, has done plenty of research in the arena of using positive thinking to influence your life skills. Fredrickson focuses on the broad and build theory, which states that positive thoughts expand your sense of possibilities and broaden your thinking. It lets you create new resources and skill sets that offer real value in different spheres of life. In complete contrast, negative thinking only focuses on tackling an immediate threat, such as the beast in the earlier example, and does not concentrate on building skills that are valuable in the future. It is rightfully said that thoughts build your character. It determines how an individual operates in the world and how a person conducts themselves physically, emotionally, and spiritually. You are an aggregation of everything you think, and every action originates from your thoughts. Your inner thinking directly influences you in the external circumstances. Self-induced changes are often precluded by changes in our thinking patterns. For instance, if you want to give up a bad habit, it has to originate from a shift in your thoughts. You must first identify its ill effects and resolve to give it up before you actually go about abstaining from it. Consider this scientific principle behind how our thoughts can actually affect our behavior. Each thought releases some brain chemicals. Negative thinking drains the mind from a feel-good forcefulness. It slows down the mind and dims the mind's capacity to function and induces a feeling of depression. Positive thoughts, on the other hand, decrease the quantity of cortisol, stress-inducing chemical, and boosts the production of serotonin, creates a feeling of well-being. This also helps your mind function at its optimal capacity. Train your brain for positive thoughts. The actions we perform are known to expand or shrink different brain regions. The more you direct your brain to perform, the more its cortical space expands to tackle new jobs. It develops stronger connections within spaces that emphasize on desired behavior patterns or thoughts, while weakening their link with others. Thus, we are what we think and feel. Whatever we think or say is directly evident in our behavior. What we become outside is the direct outcome of what we believe, think inside, which means our brain can be trained to think more positively. Start by turning your mind towards happy thoughts. Learn to look at the brighter side of things. Refocus your brain where negative thoughts rear their ugly head. Your mind is in complete control of your thoughts. You're in the driver's seat controlling the direction of your thoughts. Your thoughts have the power to determine what you create in life. Use these thoughts to your advantage by reframing circumstances, events, and thinking positively. Positive thinking shouldn't simply be a feel-good or temporary optimism syndrome. Make it a life philosophy. Incorporate positive thinking in your lifestyle to witness its benefits in helping you lead a rewarding, fulfilling, and gratifying life.